So here's what happened. This blanket got all the yarn from AC Moore. Am I blurry? Yep. It's okay. I'm gonna fix it right now. There she is. So here's what happened. All this yarn, I got it from AC Moore. Do you remember AC Moore? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Well, it no longer exists. This brand of yarn was exclusively for AC Moore. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. I wanted it to be a giant blanket. I will say it is folded over, so it is pretty big, but I wanted it to be bigger. I wanted it to be great. So, I was in search for yarn that kind of matches. Otherwise, I have to do just white. And I didn't want that. I didn't want it for her. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is halfway done. I wanted it to be twice as big, and this is folded over, so it's gonna be 4 times as big. I wanted to put it on my queen size mattress. It's not gonna happen unless it's white. There's nothing that really matches it, and it makes me sad. R.I.P. AC Moore. Anyway, I go out and I don't take a picture of this, and I see this yarn, and I'm like, Joann's. Is this the one? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm gonna show you what the yarn is. I'll be right back. So I'm at Joann's, and I find beautiful yarn, multicolored like this. She doesn't match. She doesn't match. I even like crocheted a line on. She doesn't match. She is soft. She is beautiful. She is majestic. She is like a bunny. There's no adding her on. And the problem is, I bought 2. So it's been at least a year. We'll say a year to be nice. It was probably longer that I've had this. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna make it into an Afghan. Ready? Hello friends. So just so you know, everybody loved their blankets. So this was the first one. This was the one I gave to my sister Becky. Becky loved this. Yeah, this super bulky is nice to lay on, or nice to lay under. So soft. I'm gonna be honest with you too. This was actually 3 of those big things. Because if you look, this is 2, and I've had these 2 for at least a year. And I realized that I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, so I got a 3rd one. And I know that this is the 3rd one because it kind of looks different color-wise. So this right side is definitely different. Ooh, no! Yeah, it felt different. Like it was thinner too. Like it wasn't as poofy as the other one, so I don't know if they made it cheaper, but if you're just looking at it, I don't know that you would notice and be like, oh yeah, that's for sure different. But because I know, and no, I don't know. I don't know that she'll know until she watches this that this was different. But there she is. She's beautiful. She's gonna be heavy. I hope my sister likes it. And that is all, folks. Said the 3 of them. Joann sells them. Magnificent. We are going to do it again. This is my blanket underneath still, but we're gonna do it again, but this time for my papa. All right, so we're gonna do this again, this time for my dad. It is, I guess, camouflage colors, because that was the most masculine colors. I don't know, whatever. All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, so I don't know if I did not shoot the ending blanket for my dad's, or if it got deleted or whatever happened to it, but I swear to God, you'll see it rolled up at the end. I did add a cream stripe, I think 2 stripes in the middle, and then a cream border around it, just to break it up. I also made it 6 feet tall. Don't know why my dad's not 6 feet tall, and even if he was, you know, you don't put a blanket over your face. Like, that's not how you sleep, FYI. But he also liked his blanket. Fun story, true story. My younger sister got him a heated blanket for Christmas also, so he just got 2 blankets this year. It's nice. It's cool. Whatever. Who cares, right? It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, the story with my mom's blanket. I was actually going to make her granny square blankets. The colors that I got were like pink and yellow, and then, you know, as I'm making it, I was like, my mom's not gonna like this. My mom's not gonna like this. Her favorite color is blue. Like, she's not gonna like this. And then I did, I would say 16 granny squares. 16? No, 32 granny squares. And I found out that it's just so thin. The yarn I got was super thin, so I was just like, I can't give her like a really thin blanket when I'm giving my dad and my sister like thick, really nice blankets. So it was plan B to go get this, a whole bunch of yarn, but it came out really nice and I loved it. I think it's my favorite one for sure. I bought wrapping paper for these first, thinking like, cool, I'm gonna find a box to put these in, and then I was not on a mission to find boxes, so I bought the wrapping paper. Then I found these giant bags, so I was like, cool, I'm just gonna wrap, leave the bottom open, so all they had to do was pull off the wrapping paper, and then inside was their blanket. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, which is pretty good for me because I only just got into wrapping within the last couple of years. My entire adult life and my entire life actually, period. I did not like wrapping. I was like, oh, it's the gift, it's not the wrapping paper. But I'm like, no, it's actually a lot nicer to receive a gift that's wrapped than just something that's not like, oh, here you go. So, becoming a human, I guess. It's so weird to not have anything to crochet, to be honest with you. Like, it just felt like I was crocheting every single day. And there were a couple days where I was like, I'm just taking a break. I'm taking a break from crocheting. I can't do it. I cannot do it. And then I'd feel guilty. And I'm like, you have to get it done. You have to get it done. If you don't get it done, then what are you going to do? You're gonna not give someone a blanket for Christmas? And then be like, oh, well, you gave this person this, and I would feel really guilty. So I was just like, it just feels so weird to be done right now and to not have to like have crocheting be my entire life. Because it wasn't just crocheting these blankets, it was I'd have to take a break to crochet Christmas, which was like, you know, the gingerbread and like the tree. So I was crocheting these blankets, and my brain would be like, you have to stop and make a video. And then you're like, okay, fine. And then I come back and I do the blankets, and it was just like, okay, but now you have to go back and do another video. And you're like, oh my God. So it was literally my entire personality for the month of December. Oh my goodness. Also, in the beginning where you saw the cakes of yarn that I did for both my sister and my dad versus the whole mess of skeins that I did for my mom, I would recommend doing the smaller skeins. Like, that brand was just nicer and it was softer. Like, the big cakes, it wasn't as soft, it wasn't as nice, and it came out to be relatively the same price anyway. So I just recommend doing the skeins, the small skeins. But everybody liked their blankets, so even if you did do the cake and you gave it to someone, I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, I hate this so much. Fun story, my dad's was the heaviest. It cost the most. It used the most yarn because, you know, me being silly and just, you know, having it to be 6 feet tall or whatever. but it broke one of the strings for the bag because it was so heavy. So Christmas was good. For Christmas dinner, we didn't have our traditional ham, turkey, and then all the sides, all the fixins. This year, my mom made a brisket. My younger sister made mac and cheese. We had string bean casserole, I think, which is the traditional thing that we typically do. But then we had like vegetables, just freshly cut vegetables with like just a veggie dip and then a cheese board. To be honest with you, this is very cool. You know, it's not the typical nonsense you typically eat. And then, you know, like with Thanksgiving just last month, it's like you're eating the same meal like a month later. This was cool. I liked it. It's definitely different. I'm also such an old lady. I know that if I start drinking red wine, I need to do Advil before I start drinking. And I'm so old. I forgot to do it. I got home. I woke up in the middle of the night with my head hurting, so I had to take Advil then. And then I woke up for real the next day after Christmas, and my head was still hurting. I had to take more Advil. I feel like 140 years old. That makes me so sad. I love wine. I love drinking. I do not like the consequences of it. 0%. Don't like it. If you didn't do anything for Christmas, don't feel bad. You know, I won't be doing anything for New Year's Eve. I think the last time I did anything was several years ago, and it was just at a bar. I mean, there are times when I'm like, oh, I want to go ice skating, right when it's, you know, the fireworks are going off at Penn's Landing, and I'm like, it's too cold for that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be freezing into the new year, starting my new year cold. You know, and then the times when you have a partner and you're like, okay, we're going to stay up, we're going to watch the ball drop, and then we're going to kiss, and yeah, you know, it's never, like I said, it's never really anything too big. I never really party that hard for New Year's Eve, so if you're like, I didn't have a really great holiday, I don't have great holidays, not a lot of people do. Alright, well, I love you. Hope to see you in the new year. Bye, friends.